From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Hello, this is the Hot Topic Show. What do we do?
We won't judge, but we're judging. It's going to be juicy.
Now, here's Wendy.
Let's go. Yes. Thank you for watching the show. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Yeah. You ready? Let's sing it together. Oh boy. I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Is it Thursday yet? No? It's only Tuesday? Okay, good. One more day till Nick. He'll be here tomorrow. Nick Cannon. For the whole hour, we're gonna get into everything. A lot to talk with him about. You know, Nick, he plays with Mariah's heart, but the other day he was seen out with Christina Milian, who he dated back in the day. It didn't look romantical, although sometimes when you do a drive-by and you're familiar with somebody, you don't have to be all hugged up. Everybody knows the score. You know what I mean? That's grown people. Anyway, also tomorrow begins our big Vegas giveaway, which is huge. To me, this is a trip that anyone would want to go on. All through the month of May, we're giving away trips to Vegas. You could win a 4-day, 3-night stay and a chance to see Britney Spears, Boyz II Men, or another great show. It's gonna be fabulous. Yes. Go to my Facebook page and enter, okay? All right, and don't call me cuckoo. All right? Well, not all the time. Excuse me. I was talking to our friend Dule yesterday on the couch, and I was asking him who your, celebrity friends are. When you and your fiance get together with other couples, do we know people? Because I'm interested in knowing stuff like that, and I figure you want to know too. Like, who do you hang out with that we know? So he goes, Troy Byers, and I said, oh, and if you were watching the show, I said, what? Dominique Devereaux's daughter from Dynasty? What? Well, now, all of a sudden. And then we continue on with our conversation and that's it. Well, I look at my Facebook page and I'm looking at, my YouTube and seeing what you all are saying about the interview and stuff, and all you could call me is crazy. Well, I will have you know that there are two Troy Byers. Yeah, color me cuckoo. This is the one from Empire. I'm assuming this is the one that Dule was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm also assuming that many of you do not remember the show Dynasty, or when Dominique Devereaux had a daughter named, I forgot her name on the show, but this is the other Troy Byer. So take that, pow. You know what I mean? Did you know who I was talking about, Suzanne?
I knew the show and I knew Dominique Devereaux. I couldn't remember her name, but I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Thank you, because you are right. Of a particular age.
Oh, that's right.
Jesse Williams, what have you gotten yourself into? Well, you remember him from Grey's Anatomy. He's visited our show once before. And his wife, Jesse and his wife, are splitting up. Now, they've been married for 5 years and together for 13 years. So, and he wasn't famous 13 years ago, so this is his ride or die, right? They've got two very, very small kids, and many people are wondering if perhaps he's now canoodling with the actress Minka Kelly. Well, there's Minka. They were spotted together in Paris. They were shooting a video game movie, and they looked very cozy. Now, this woman in the middle is some sort of publicist, I guess, to run interference, you know what I mean? It's like if me and Norman were messing around. and I asked Suzanne to sit between us so it looks innocent.
Yeah.
Hey, boo.
Anyway, so his fans are very, very angry. One tweeted, if Jesse Williams really left his wife for Minka Kelly, prepare to report for race war duty in 1,300 hours. Well, here's the thing. Black people particularly are up in arms about this because he did go to the BET Awards and he stood on stage and he did this whole, speech, which people were pumping their fist about, and, in a good way. He did this speech and, part of the speech was you need to celebrate Black women. We need to support our sisters and uplift them and, and then he sachets off with Minka Kelly. So people are pissed. Well, look, Minka Kelly, first of all, in my mind, is still smarting because she lost Derek Jeter.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She's got a type. She likes a yellow man. Yeah.
Why are they showing me?
She's got a type.
What me?
Anyway. So TMZ spotted Jesse at the airport and asked him about Minka, and here's the footage, and you'll see on the back of his jacket, it says, "Don't believe the hype," when he turns around. Now, he never addresses TMZ, because he could have just shut it down and said, look, my wife and I are going through a time, Minka and I, we are working together, shooting the video game or whatever, we are not messing around, but the don't believe the hype, he's corny. He's real corny. And we as a society, we're so focused sometimes on who the married person is running away with, than that this is a marriage dissolving and there are two kids involved. I really don't care what the color of his next girl is. Doesn't mean that he can't say, uplift Black women and stuff. I'm not that girl. I don't know what color my next husband's gonna be. Honest to God. And if you ever see me walking down the street holding hands with an Indian man, you better not say nothing. Not one word. Because, in my opinion, the heart wants what the heart wants. And just because I'm holding, a beautiful Korean man's hand, and I'm giggling, doesn't mean that I don't uplift and support Black men. Doesn't mean, I got a Black son, a Black father, like, I'm bliggity Black. Like, leave me alone. Get out of here with that race mess. Well, I grew up in a time where Nam was over. And I remember the stickers on the back of the cars, POWs, never have a nice day. And there was beautiful music that bonded us all together. Like, do you remember, a child is Black, a child is white. We learn by day, or something or another, and then by night. Anyway. Regarding the marriage and whether he's run off with her, I have no idea. I just wanted to put the story out there. Jesse, you shouldn't have given that speech, though, because you knew that if you had a penchant for white women and maybe your marriage was a little rocky, because that speech just happened a few months ago, you know, and if you have a rocky marriage and you see divorce might be happening, then you should not have made that speech, because now there are people, not me, you know, but now there are people in our community who are gonna hold you accountable and not wanna go to your movies and not gonna wanna watch your TV shows. So just split 50-50 and go on about your blue-eye business. What is that? Race talk. It bonds us all, I guess. Okay. Aretha Franklin, you are a mess. And by the way, I still have the Vera Bradley luggage you gave me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Doesn't mean I can't talk about her, though.
Right.
So let's get into it. All right. Aretha pissed off Dionne Warwick. And this has been going on for the last 5 years, maybe more. But 5 years ago, when Whitney Houston's funeral was in Jersey, and I'll refresh your memory, Aretha called up and had to cancel going to the funeral because she had swollen ankles and feet, and she was performing that night at Radio City Music Hall. So Dionne Warwick threw major shade at Aretha at the funeral. Take a look, and all right, first of all, let me say, you recall if you watched the funeral. I watched the funeral. Did you watch the funeral? I watched the funeral. We knew at home that Aretha wouldn't be there. It was already said, either on the news or on the ticker tape below or something like that. But anyway, we knew. So Dionne knew too, in my opinion, but she's shady also. Sorry, Miss Warwick. All you old dolls really do have some ways about you. All right. So Dionne knew that Aretha wasn't there, but this is what she decided to do anyway. Take a look. Awkward.
As to us as anyone could ever be. Please, Miss Aretha Franklin. Reed's not here.
So yeah, that's the old school shade. So that was meant, in my opinion, to embarrass, you know, Aretha. But how do we know Aretha really didn't have swollen ankles? She's a woman of a particular age. You know, when she gets up there and sings Natural Woman, you know, on the stage at the Radio City, you know, she's got to ice her feet. So fast forward 5 years, so now we're in the present. Aretha and Dionne see each other last week at the Tribeca Film Festival here in the city. And Dionne tried to hug Aretha, and Aretha turned and said, "Oh, hell no!" Aretha then went home and faxed. I didn't say email. Look, this is old school shade. So let's keep it old school, right? She faxed a long rant to the Associated Press. First of all, I didn't know they were still in business, okay? Calling Dionne, among other things, her statement being libelous. So I guess she intends on suing. Listen, look, both of you all, this is why, you old school girls, this is why the women under you, like Mariah Carey, this is why they act the way they do, because they see they can get away with that, because you all act that way. Like when I get to be 75 years old, I'm not arguing with anybody. You know, like, God willing, you know, God willing, you know, life will be reasonable. You know, you save a little money and you sit on your pile of cash and you're lucky to be alive and still be able to, you know, bend and pick stuff up off the floor. They spend way too much time arguing. It's really trifling. And Patti LaBelle, okay. No, she's a shady one too. Patti, you got your ways. Patti LaBelle had the patty pies, and you know, they went, all right. Aretha turned around, and she said, well, I have cakes. Now, I don't know where you buy the cakes. I don't know whether this operation ever got off the ground, but these girls are all molding the Mariahs of today. And you too, Reba McEntire. Oh, yes. Here goes Reba, sitting at a Madonna concert. This wasn't recently, but it's reminding me that, you know, they all do it to each other. Reba is sitting there waiting for the concert to start, and Madonna was late, and Reba texted on her social media something to the effect of, Madonna, we're waiting. I don't know. I really don't have time for arguing after a particular age. You know, what do I want to fight for? Anyway, speaking of Madonna, she's not happy. Well, I am. I'm gonna tell you why. And you're gonna be happy too. Okay. They're making a big screen movie based on Madonna's early years. What? Now, you know, I don't even leave the house for the movie theater, but I will grab my own snack. I will get in that car. I don't need a date. I don't need anybody to go with me. I will sit in the movie theater. When I go by myself, I like to sit right in the center, you know, so I can see everything. And I will go. It's gonna be called Blonde Ambition, and Universal Pictures is making it. And Brett Ratner is one of the producers, along with another man that I don't know. I need to be reminded of his name. Who is this man?
Michael DeLuca.
Michael DeLuca. He's some big shot. I don't know who that is.
Produced 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you have it. Madonna is trying to run interference, and we need to rally behind this movie, you all. I gotta tell you. Yesterday, she posted an old school picture of her and she wrote, nobody knows what I know and what I've seen. Only I can tell my story. Anyone else who tries is a charlatan and a fool. Well, I beg to differ. First of all, this is the Madonna I want to know better. I want to know the girl who became an icon. I want to know the girl who I was in the crowd with the ruffly socks, buying the Madonna stuff at Macy's. Remember, she had her own section. You know, the lacy gloves and all that. Oh, please, holiday. Hey. I want to know this girl. I don't care. Okay, first of all, she probably doesn't own her early music. Great, because I don't care about the late music. Although there is one song that I really do like. Can I make a request for music during the commercials? I want to hear music. What? That's what I want to hear. Listen, I don't even care if big stars are in this movie or not. You know, I want to know about the girl who grew up in Michigan and then dropped out of the University of Michigan and grabbed, you know, $3, a pack of smokes and a knapsack or whatever, came to New York and had to scratch and survive, sleeping on urine-laden mattresses in the back of seedy nightclubs. Yes, this is the one. The one with all the men to get her career started. And perhaps women too. I wanna know. Drugs, men, I wanna know all that stuff. And I feel like if Madonna gets involved, she's gonna maybe try to sanitize her own story. I don't want her to sanitize it. I don't want her involved. Tell the damn story. Tell it, man, tell it. I can't wait. Making dinner last night in the kitchen, minding my own business. Spiraled zucchini, full of vegetables. Next thing you know, my phone rings. Oh. Shekinah. Tiny's best friend, you know, Tiny. Tiny's best friend, Shekinah, was allegedly a victim of domestic violence at the hands of a man that she was dating. And she posted a picture of herself. She deleted it. I just can't. There's more. There's a video where he's accusing her of being on, God, some sort of something or another to make it, you know. And then she's like, well, where do you think I get it from you? And then she's eating, and it's all wild, and it's just a wild mess. So Shekinah, you know, I asked Tiny about you last week, and Tiny said, oh, that'll always be my girl. Are you and Tiny still cool like that? And what is going on in your life? And if you would like to call, the Bureau is a 24-hour hotline directly to Norman's house. If you would like to call and say something, we're here for you. Yeah. So last week, remember the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the reunion part 1, Kim Richards humiliated Lisa Rinna by giving her back the stuffed bunny, saying it had bad energy. Well, the drama continued last night with the reunion finale, and Lisa Rinna shut Kim down. And here's the receipt.
Any idea? No. That was the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me, and I will not accept this. I'm sorry. For you to do that, you are a sick woman.
See, this is the Lisa I know.
Oh, right. That was a cruel thing to do.
Here's the real Lisa.
No, it's not. It's just real.
There she is.
I think you're a sick woman. To do something like that is sick.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, because I feel the same way about you.
Okay.
She's not well.
I'm not well?
No.
Oh. You know what, Kim, you just want to be on a show, and I'm your meal ticket.
Well, you know, Kim was an original cast member of the show, you know, and now Rinna's brand new, but Rinna has taken the torch, and she is clearly the star of the show. Kim doesn't look, well, she's been through a lot. All right, bless her heart. Look, we've got more great show for you, everybody. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. All right. First of all, we've got the hottest beauty gadgets ever. But up next, the inside scoop on Janet Jackson's custody battle. So grab a snack and come on.